There's something painful about waiting. Waiting for an answered prayer, a dream to come true, or a door to open that keeps staying shut. And maybe that's where Mia found herself, stuck between what God promised and what she saw. For years, Mia prayed for one thing, a child. Doctors told her it might never happen. Still, every morning she whispered the same prayer, "Lord, I believe you can." But as birthdays passed and test results kept breaking her heart, she began to wonder if maybe God had forgotten. Her faith started to flicker. Hope felt heavy. And deep down, she started saying words she never thought she'd say. Maybe this promise wasn't for me. One night, she sat alone in her room, the nursery she'd once decorated, now gathering dust. She looked at the tiny shoes on the shelf, untouched for years, and with tears in her eyes, she said, "God, I've waited and waited. Maybe it's time to stop." But in that still moment, she didn't hear a loud voice or see a miracle, just a gentle whisper in her heart. "I haven't forgotten you." Months passed. Then, unexpectedly, the impossible happened. Mia's doctor called with a trembling voice. "Congratulations. You're pregnant." She laughed and cried at the same time, because it didn't make sense. But maybe that's what faith looks like, trusting even when logic says it's over. And as she held her newborn months later, she said, "I thought God was late, but he was right on time." And you know what's beautiful? Mia's story isn't new. It's an echo, a reflection of a promise God kept thousands of years ago to a woman named Sarah. Sarah waited decades for the very same miracle. She too grew weary. She laughed in disbelief when God said, "You will have a son." And yet, God's promise didn't fade with time, it bloomed in time. Sarah's arms, once empty, held Isaac, the child of laughter. Her waiting turned into wonder. And maybe that's what God wants to remind you today. Your waiting isn't wasted. Your silence doesn't mean he's absent. Because just like Sarah, and just like Mia, when the time is right, he will make it happen. So if you're still waiting, don't give up. Don't settle. Don't rush the promise. Because God's delays are never his denials. The promise may seem late, but it's still alive. And one day, like Sarah, and like Mia, you'll look back and say, "God has made me laugh again." If this story touched your heart, type "I'm still waiting, but I trust God" in the comments. Let's encourage each other through the waiting. Follow for more faith-filled stories that remind you, God's timing is always perfect.